This video will take you through the steps of creating a presentation using Prezi. You can find Prezi at prezi.com.
When you click on the sign up button, what you'll find is a pricing page that tells you that Prezi is a bit pricey, $4.92 a month or $59 annually. But being teachers and students, we can scroll to the bottom and find a way to save ourselves some big bucks. Click on Prezi for Education. Prezi takes care of us, and you'll notice the education page pops up. And if you scroll to the bottom here, you'll see a lot of good advice actually about using Prezi in your classrooms. But if we scroll down, we'll find a big magic blue button that helps us get started. And here we are getting started. Notice the price savings now, $0 per month, or do the math, zero annually. Not a bad deal. So go ahead and sign up and make sure you use your MSAD 60 login information. I've already signed up, so I'm going to log in using my MSAD 60 login information. Here we are. And as we log in, we'll come to the Prezi splash page. This is my library of Prezis that I've played with and practiced with in the past, and I'm going to make a new Prezi here in just a second. Before I do that, though, I'd like you to look at the Learn and Support page. Now, this little tutorial that I'm about to give you is going to give you the basics. The Learn and Support pages in Prezi are wonderful. They'll give you some great advice on creating very interesting and informative Prezis, so take some time and get in there if you're not familiar with this. Here I go. I'll make a new Prezi. Now, remember that Prezi is not like PowerPoint or Google Presentation or Keynote, and that it's not individual slides, but it's an open canvas where you can place frames in any spot, any part of the canvas you'd like to, and manipulate your way through them in any order that you'd like. So here we go. The splash page asks me if I want to make a template, and there are some very good templates here for you to choose from. I'm not going to do that today because I want to show you the basics. So we'll start with a blank Prezi just to show you how it works right from scratch. Here we are in the Prezi editing screen. Notice the circle. This is called the Prezi frame, and this is the first place we're going to go. Prezi works on a system of frames on a canvas. So let's play with this frame a little bit. I'm going to click to add some text. Just in case you didn't know, we'll be creative with our titling. And I can highlight the title, use the formatting up here to do what I'd like to do. I can change the color. I can change the background color so you can see that I can find some very interesting coloration for my audience to see. I can also add a little text box in here if I like to. I'm going to ignore that for now. Now this is a Prezi frame, and I can add other frames by using the buttons up on top. What I'm going to do is simply move my page aside a little bit, and let's look at some of these other options. If I click on the frames option, you can see I can make different shaped frames. I'll pick the rectangle and draw the rectangle on my page as large as I would like to. And notice there's not much here, but if I click on the frame just once, I can find the formatting and sizing buttons. I can even rotate my frame in a very interesting fashion. And if I move it down a bit, you can see that on top I have a menu that says zoom to frame. I'm going to do that, and look what happens. We find a menu on the bottom that allows me to do text only, image and text, a blank screen, or add a new frame in there. I think I'm going to pick image and text today. And notice I have a pre-programmed frame, so I can click here to add some text, keeping with the creative titling, and we can add a subtext if we want to. Always good to spell something correctly. And if I want to put a picture in, I'll simply click on replace the image. Prezi will ask me to select a file from my computer, or I can go on the web and find something there. Let's see, let me get into my computer here. I know I've got something in my desktop I set up beforehand. In my media folder, let's see what we have. We must have a picture of son of a gun, a boat. And let's pop that right in there. And there we are with my frame all ready to go. Now I'm going to do a double finger drag on my mouse pad, and let's get this down a little bit smaller so we can play a little bit. And we're going to move off a little more. Let's get right in here. And notice I can do other kinds of frames. I could do arrows and lines and highlighters if I'd like. I'll leave you to play with those. I could insert if I'd like. other things. We already did the image. I could do symbols and shapes, and let's just do one of those. Um, and we'll just pick a simple shape here, and oh, perhaps I didn't want to do a simple white on a white background. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's do a simple dark on a white background, and there we go. Just drag the symbol right in. And there we have it, all set and ready to go. Just another frame that I can add in. Notice under insert, I can also insert a video. I could add some background music, or you can even add a voiceover, which we'll come back to a little bit later on. I also, if I wanted to, could just move my Prezi over and just simply click anywhere I'd like to in the middle and add just a text box. And you can see I've got the same formatting there that I had before. Now I've created my frame. I'll do my double finger drag and shrink down so I can see everything on there. There we go. We'll move up a little bit so I can maneuver a little bit. Now that I have my canvas created, what I can do is tell the Prezi how I'd like to progress through the canvas. Over here, in my progression window, I'm going to simply click Edit. And if I click that, all I need to do is click in the order I'd like to go in. Here's my number 1. We'll go here for number 2. Let's go to my small icon here for number 3. And we'll go to the text box for number 4. And notice that that as I click on these items, they appear in order over here. If I want to, I can rearrange the order if I'd like to. Now I mentioned before that we talked about adding background music and voiceovers. Well, let's go do that. I'm going to go back to the Insert button, and I'm going to insert some background music. Now this is music that will play throughout the whole presentation. I found a little Beethoven symphony that I put in my media folder, and we'll just put that right there, open it right up, and we'll say done because I know it's in, and when we come back we'll hear that symphony in just a bit. I could also do a voiceover over specific different frames. I'm just going to click on here so that Prezi knows where I want to go, and I'm going to go back to my insert. Now you'll see that the add voiceover is no longer grayed out. I can add a voiceover to step 2, go back to my media folder. There's a voiceover I pre-recorded, and I'll open that up, and we can see that that's sitting there right there ready to go, and I'm done. Okay, let's present my Prezi. We'll just do the double finger thing on my mouse pad, and we'll go into present mode. And here's what a Prezi looks like when it's all said and done. I will allow full screen. There's Beethoven. Use my arrows on the bottom. This is the boat. It doesn't get much more exciting than that. So there we have the Prezi, and it's all said and done and ready to go. Now, one thought about Prezi is some of the value of using it instead of a keynote or a Google presentation is it's a nice alternative, that whole death by bulleting that we seem to fall into every time we do one of those kinds of presentations. You can see it's a little more organic, a little more global kind of a feel to it, and I think you can get more audience interest by using Prezi with some of the ins and outs that it allows you to do. Thank you for listening.